So today is January 27, 2026. I'm on the roof of the Bair family in Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm going to do a repair attempt on that wind creased and damaged shingle. Tools I'll be using is a flat bar, soft nose putty knife, magnetic roofing hammer, roofing snake, an 1.25" per code roofing nails. Make sure you guys have an appropriate angle to view all of the shingle in its entirety. Make sure you guys are set up so you guys can view the work that takes place. Alright. Get my tripod set up correctly. There we go. I think that we have a good viewpoint here. Alright, what we have here is we have a 3-tab shingle. What I'm going to first do is figure out where the shingle starts and where the shingle ends. Looks like the shingle starts right here. It's got a large crease through this one and the beginning of this one. What I'm going to want to do first is make sure that it's removed from all the material that binds it to the books beneath it. Alright, that's the entirety of the shingle. The shingle starts here and ends here. Now I need to do the same thing for the books above it. Make sure that they're not bound to the book beneath it. Gotta be careful in Arizona, these things just mat and stick together. You just gotta go slowly. Work your way all the way across. There we go. Now I'm gonna remove the shingle from the decking. We'll just start on one side. We're just trying to get it to pop above the nails that currently hold it into place. Just work our way from side to side. Alright, now we'll do the same thing for the back of the shingle. Alright, we have our shingle removed. Now I'm going to do an investigation of the underlayment. Ooh, not good. What we see here is at least one extra layer of shingles. I'll move the camera so we can get that into view. So if we lift up this book just slightly, we can see a second layer of shingles underneath here. As you can see, that white book underneath there, that is at least one extra layer. There could be more. Unsure of how many there actually is. That's a big time problem in repairability. I'll continue forward with the reinsertion. However, not knowing how many books under there, big deal. The other reason why it's a big deal is because this top layer was driven in with nail guns. The nails were shot through the book of shingles that's underneath here into the plywood. This, however, is going to be hand driven with this roofing snake, and that repair right there is very difficult and most likely will not hold, to be honest with you. A hand driven nail through multiple books of shingles is not an effective repair solution. We have our shingle back in place. Now I'm going to take the roofing snake that we spoke of earlier, and I'm going to hand drive the nail through here and see exactly what we do. Alright. Boom, we see a small chip, small fracture right there on the shingle. That's from the roofing snake. That's a pretty common occurrence, although those fractures can become bigger problems down the road. Make sure we're lined up and straight in the... Alright. We can see a lip still on the nail, so we'll drive that down a little further. Once again, we see a very small chip there. As you can see, this isn't sitting up straight. That's because the books underneath there have their own nails in them that are now protruding out and pushing this book out of place. All right, we've got our shingle book back in place. However, I cannot stand behind that this will stay because the nails are driven through multiple books of other shingles. I also see right here a bunch of granule loss and damage to this shingle right here. We can see that the granules are just falling off in this crease formation right here. That's from the impact of the roofing snake and the removal of the shingle. Oh, we can see it here as well. Just by running our finger briefly across, we can see right here is a lot of granule loss. Yeah, so now we have a damaged area here, a damaged area here. We have a fraction mark right there from the roofing snake, one right there from the roofing snake, a very, very small one right there. We're on a double layer. For these conditions and for these reasons right here, I have to deem this roof irreparable. I'll document more in photos.